Good evening, this is Nerd is the Human, and welcome to this AI Battle Royale in Rome Total War. And this time we've selected the African factions to take part in this all-infantry affair with a small budget of only 3,000 denarii. Now, Egypt are technically their own culture, so I'm going to throw them in with the two Carthaginian factions, Carthage and Numidia, to see who comes out on top. We're going to have no rebels this time, and well, in terms of the actual armies, Carthage have 4 units of Sacred Band, which is going to be pretty hard to topple actually, probably the single best unit that is on show here. The Egyptians have 3 Pharaoh Guard and 3 Desert Axemen, a nice mix of phalanx and some, choppy flanking quick units. And as for Numidia, well, you might not think an awful lot of them, but 4 Numidian legionnaires, those Peeler, could make a big old difference, and a bit of desert infantry for a slightly more mobile unit. I think that could be very interesting indeed. And all factions, by the way, are at 0 denarii left. A very good start indeed. An interesting one taking place on the African coast map. Choose and cheer on for your faction in the comments below. And as ever, we are on medium difficulty, so no buffs or debuffs for any of the units. Let's get into battle and see how the AI fares. As we get started then, I'm going to put us immediately under AI assistance and we'll see what we want to do. Now, there is a bit of a hill for Egypt here. I wasn't really expecting it to be, hilly in one direction, so we'll see if they manage to utilise that advantage. This isn't exactly scientific in any way, so I'm not too worried about it. It is a bit of an advantage if they want to make use of it though. Really guys, no phalanx? Put the darn phalanx on unless you're going to get yourselves moving quickly. Now, okay, these are the strongest unit here. We have the big pointy phalanx, and if we utilise this unit properly, there's no reason Carthage shouldn't be able to win. But splitting up, maybe not the best idea. Yeah, honestly, if they just boxed up, they would probably end up winning. Nonetheless, we'll see how it goes. Egypt, though, have some very nice units in these. Yes, Pharaoh's Guard. They could certainly do some good damage to the Sacred Band. But, you very rarely get to see these, especially on the campaign game itself. I've never really seen Carthage pull any of these out onto the field. Normally long dead before any of that nonsense gets a chance to occur. Now, what are everyone's tactics going to be? Egypt did the high ground, but they are still making moves towards everyone, trying to make sure they engage them as they wish. Desert Axemen charging on in. Legionnaires not throwing the Peeler just yet. They're just going to stand there and they're not ready. Ooh, they were ready. It was a feign. Excellent. Right, well, 155 to 155. It's pretty equal as a start. And no, Sacred Band. That's not how you're going to win that battle. Right, they are getting the Axemen, though, poked at this point. Now they're okay, but they were a little bit, wonky at the start of that old affair. They are, though, getting flanked immediately, albeit only by the Desert Spearmen. This infantry are a decent unit, to be honest. I think they get unfairly maligned. I kind of like them. Particularly if you use them in desert, if you do use them as more of a support unit, they can be very, very effective, I think. Obviously not end game heavy unit, but I think they're decent enough. Certainly for that flanking, they'll do a nice job. Now the Sacred Band aren't just going to rout randomly, but this is actually exactly what Numidia want. Exactly what they want, really. They've got Egypt and Carthage facing each other, and they're just throwing javelins over the top, and they're getting the flanking maneuvers in. They're going to break, and indeed they have. Oh yeah, Desert Infantry, baby, ripping them to shreds. The only thing I will say for Carthage at this point is actually, not taking a lot of losses considering the complete surround on this unit. You can really see the sheer strength of the Sacred Band. I would show you their stats, but the music is quite intense right now. I think we'll take a moment to do that a little bit later perhaps. But yeah, Sacred Band holding nicely over here, getting poked by these Pharaoh's Guard. 122, 157. Fortunately, that's not a very good angle for them, is it? No. And they finally broken Numidia. Shit tenacity. Numidia is ripping through these guys. Excellent job. So they're routing, but they're kind of standing there and gaining experience as they rout, which is unusual, I would suggest. Numidia have a really good chance here. You know what? They're doing a decent job, he says, as he goes to the one unit that's routing. How much damage did they do? 94. Okay. Not bad. That was actually pretty equal, all things considered. Their javelins, if they can utilise them, will do very good work. Pharaoh's Guard are pretty untouched so far. This one is now getting surrounded. Does Axemen have kind of just been thrown into the fray and not used as an effective flanking manoeuvre. Obviously, as you'd expect the computer not to really pull off the flanking. Right, well, face on against Sacred Band is never going to end well, but ooh, javelin straight in the face there. That is excellent. I think there's a nice, there's a very nice screenshot here. That might well just be the thumbnail. You might just see if we get a little bit closer, because that's not too shabby, is it? Very nice indeed. Yeah, we'll grab a couple screenshots as we go. Javelins coming on him. And there's Axemen starting to support a little bit more effectively, just kind of pushing them forward. Ooh, the Legionnaires getting into this second band. I don't think Carthage are using their units as effectively as they can, but it is a bit of a free-for-all here. And it's hard to tell how this is going to end up. Numidia are very much in this right now. We'll just have to see how this progresses. A nice freeze frame for us then as we have a quick look at the Sacred Band. We have 12 attack, 23 defense. And of course we are in phalanx, good morale, good stamina. Only 1 hit point. You might just think they might be a 2 hit point unit. They're not, although they are coming from the level 5 temples. So they are a pretty darn good unit, but not quite Spartans, nothing completely crazy. By the way, javelins on the Pharaoh's Guard, no shields. That is a very important factor on the Legionnaires taking out these Pharaoh's Guard, if they manage to keep their peeler, enough of them back for the end. But I think they've probably used them all up. There's one more up on this hill here. I don't know if they have any left. This is a massive free-for-all. It's a fun old affair. We've seen many times that units that just sit back like these ones here can do a very good job. And I'll be honest, Legionaries, walking face first is not going to be great for you. You need some flanking to help you out here. And these guys are just getting a bit too distracted. I think Carthage might still just win with these 2 units if, yeah, these guys get too distracted facing each other. That's a waste of your javelins, sir. Don't do that. Oh, well, in come the Legionnaires into the Axemen. I don't believe the Axemen actually have effective against armour. Doesn't seem like it. So, yes, 10 and 10. Whilst they are axes, they're not effective against armour. They're just a bit choppy. So, interesting one. Right, phalanxes taking on the Middle Legionnaires. Honestly, I'm starting to feel more and more like Carthage might just win it, even though they don't have an awful lot left. What they have is pretty darn strong. I don't feel like what's left on the other side is being used effectively. Pharaoh's Guard, realistically, with 3 Pharaoh's Guard in strong shape, Egypt should be winning this, but interest just depends how they all decide to take each other on. This is not going to work for you, Numidia. Send these guys in flank. You will win if you do that. This is very interesting. They're out of position here, and the Pharaoh's Guard are absolutely jabbing them to death, which is what happens when you get jabbed by a spike, by the way. Wouldn't recommend it. And as for this unit just running off, not being helpful, are they going to turn around and get the... Oh, yeah. That's some useful flanking. Well done, AR. You could have used, your light axemen to do this job at an earlier point, but you didn't. And with that, I think Carthage are going to be out of this because they're flanked and the other unit has given up. Well done, Egypt. You got the surround. Numidians have worked together. Carthaginian faction taking on another Carthaginian faction, and they are not working together. No. This will be one of the Carthaginian factions versus the Egyptians at the end. Certainly looks like Egypt now very much in the strongest position. These guys, though, steady and winded. I imagine whilst, these guys... Oh, actually, that's the general side, isn't it? That's a bit of a shame. Yeah, general's right in there in the figure. That is unfortunate because the general just stays alive. They would fight for a long time, but he's dead. And with that, shake him. Ooh, they haven't broken yet, and they are winning this affair against the Pharaoh's Guard at the front. Where are you going? You're about to win. Maybe just going to leave it to the Numidians. Intriguing. Indeed, they are going to rout, and with that... Oh, this is going down to the wire here, isn't it? Very tight indeed. Doesn't look like any of the Carthaginian units are coming back into this battle. So I think Carthage are out of it, but how much damage are they going to do? If it's just... Yeah, this continue. I mean, ooh. Must say, Numidia are in a very good position, depending on how quickly they can rout this unit. They might just have this yet. Let's see how they go. It's a slow, chunky affair. Oh, they've routed them. That's Numidia gone. They've melted like the proverbial cheese, as you would expect. They had a good chance if they just kept their units together. Now they're gone. They are out of it. as perhaps expected, but maybe not quite in the expected way, Numidia are the first to go. But I think with that, we can only say that Egypt have got this now because they've got 2 pikemen against 1, and, well, technically not pikes, of course, but yeah, they got 200 men to the 73, and of course, they're going to get poked. There's no general left for Carthage. This is just a matter of time now. Oh, the meat grinder is doing its filthy, filthy working with that. It is over. It's all over. Egypt are the best of the African factions, and is anyone surprised by that? I very much doubt it. I mean, I could have seen this battle go many ways. Egypt did start with the hill. Ultimately, I don't think the hill is what made the difference here. I don't think they really utilised it. Might have helped a tiny bit at the start, and there were some fine margins going on here. Certainly, it's intriguing to have a little look at what we've managed to do here. So 126 sustained, 219, 89, 154, 94. A pretty good effort. Killed 556 and deployed 645. I mean, for 4 very elite units, that is not good enough, sir. Not good enough. They fought well enough in their own positions, but each of them just got themselves outnumbered. And in the end, yeah, Egypt could throw men away at the start, and I think it used up enough of the Armenian Numidian legionnaires for them to not be able to turn it around. Certainly an interesting one. Numidia doing much better than many people may have predicted, but ultimately it goes to Egypt. So thank you for joining me on this AI only affair. You can of course support the channel by becoming a member here or on Patreon, by liking and subscribing, and also by getting involved in the comment section. They're normally quite good fun for this particular type of video. I hope you will join us next time. For now, I will leave you. I'm Just a Human. Thank you, friends, and tally-ho. In come the fire arrows, and if you're not aware, by the way, this is actually a traditional Berlin greeting. It says, come and dance with us, come and dance in the flames, come and dance and die on our streets. We have ourselves a foothold in Italy. They broke! We had them entirely surrounded.